Hello everybody, this is Sutek94, and you know what I feel like doing tonight? I feel like taking a bit of a nostalgia trip. Tonight we are going to be taking a look at the Bionicle desktop toys from 2001 to 2003, as far as I'm aware. That's when they were released. Now, a couple of quick notes about these. First things first, yes, you can still get these from archives of the Bionicle website. And of course, I will be throwing a link in the description in case you find yourself wanting to download these things. Second off, I noticed in the system requirements that it mentions, as a minimum, a Pentium 2 266. Well, it just so happens I have a Pentium 2 266. It is currently running Windows 98, and in fact, you're seeing footage from it right now. And just in case you think I'm lying, well, here you go. Good old DXDiag says this is indeed a Pentium 2 with MMX. It doesn't mention a speed, but I can confirm it is a 266 with 128 megabytes of RAM, and yes, the computer's name is literally Rainbow Dash. In fact, it normally has a Rainbow Dash wallpaper, but as you have noticed, I have dressed it up for the occasion. So yeah, now that I'm probably going to be getting billions and billions of hate messages now for saying that, let's dive right into the first of the desktop toys, Desktop Tahu, or as it's actually called, Desktop Toa. They only made the one for some reason. I'll explain more about that in a little bit, but when you start it up, let's just move this over here. When you start this up, you get this sort of top of 2001 Bionicle Toa Mata set canister thing with each of the 6 great masks. We'll start off with the mask that Tahu is most often associated with, the How, the Great Mask of Shielding. It basically just puts up a big shield around your body. And being a desktop toy, you can click on him and make him do things like shoot energy projectiles. You can sometimes click on their heads and they'll do different things, but it doesn't seem like you are able to do that with the How. But you can do this with him. Yep, you can bounce him all over the screen. And to get rid of him, you can just double click on him, and he will fly off the top of the screen. And I guess we'll go clockwise here. Next up we have the Cacao, the Great Mask of Speed. So yeah, as you might have guessed, it just makes him run really, really fast. And all over the sides of the desktop. Occasionally, he will stop when he reaches the bottom, or when he's on the bottom. Of course, he doesn't want to do that. Oh, there he goes. You click on him. He just waves his sword around a bunch. And I don't think you can click on his head. No, you can't. You can pick him up. He makes this awful, awful noise, which I'll just have you listen to for a little bit. Okay, I'll stop now. No, you cannot bounce him all over the screen like you can with Tahu wearing the How. And when you double click on him, oh yeah, he also actively tries to avoid the mouse. Or he changes direction when you hover over him with the mouse, rather. Or when you're near him with the mouse. But anyways, you double click on him, he runs even faster. And disappears off the bottom right. Alright, next up we have the Kanohi something. I've legit forgot the name of this, but it is the Great Mask of Water Breathing. Kind of strange, considering this is the Toa of Fire we were talking about. Actually, this is the point of the show where I should mention that But seeing this kind of makes me wonder if they had intentions on making one of these for each of the 6 Toamata. Like, this mask, for instance, is commonly associated with Gali, the Toa of water. And yet, here we have Tahu, the Toa of fire, wearing this. Of course, each of the 6 Toa have each of the 6 masks, and then some. But it's always kind of weird seeing Tahu wearing the mask that Toa Gali is normally associated with. But anyways, you click on his head and you click on his body and he does barrel rolls and other neat swimming tricks that Gali probably taught him. You click on his head. Let's see if I can do this. This is a little bit finicky. There we go. You click on his head and he swims diagonally down. Yeah, there really isn't that much to this one. So let's get rid of him. Let's wait until he's a part of the black there. So yeah, you double click on him, he just disappears into the background. Next up we have the Miru, the Kanohi mask of levitation or flight. Oh, look at that. Look at that. He's flying, guys. He's flying. You cannot, or he does not do anything when you click on him. He does not do anything when you click on his head, but you can bounce him all over the screen. Once again, not that much to see here, so let's double click on him and see him fly off the top of the screen. Next up is the Sicari, the Great Mask of Strength. Yep, he's so heavy he literally creates cracks in your monitor. We're talking old CRT monitors here. You click on his head, and he does that. You click on his body, and he slaps the screen. Or when he's walking the other direction, he kicks the screen. One other thing I should show you about Tahu wearing the Sicari. Check this out. You try to pick him up and no matter how hard you try, he is not going to budge. You can make him dance though. That's always nice. So let's double click on him and watch him fly off the top of the screen again. Last but most certainly not least, we have the Kanohi Ikkaku, the Great Mask of X-ray vision. For some reason, Tahu is inverted while he's wearing this mask. You click on his body and he turns into an outline. You click on his head and he stares inside your monitor where you got your cocaine piled up. He knows. Oh yeah, he also climbs all over the screen whilst wearing this mask. Or at least I thought he did. Maybe it's only on this side. Let's wait for him to do that. Okay, yeah, there he goes. There he goes. He's climbing up the screen now. Okay, I think we're done here. So you double click on him while he's wearing the Ikkaku. He literally flashes out of existence. That's interesting. Alright, let's get him back wearing the Miru. And we'll move him off to the side because it's now time for the swarm to arrive. Yep, desktop Borak time. This is the second of the 3, and you remember how I was talking about there not being a desktop Toa for each of the 6 main Toa? Well, here we have each of the 6 types of Borak. We'll start up top with Tanak, who literally flies in on a meteor smaller than he is. Okay? He also actively tries to avoid the mouse. In fact, you can Yeah, you can actually see him speeding up while you've got your mouse hovering over him. You click on him. There we go. He shoots fire. You click on his head. There we go. He shoots fire diagonally down, literally burning a trail on your taskbar. And as you can see, he is climbing up the sides of your desktop. So yeah, you double click on him. He turns himself into a meteor and flies off the top of the screen. Okay. Next up is Korok, who literally comes in frozen in an iceberg, like Aang from Avatar The Last Airbender. Like Tanak, he does climb all over the sides of the screen, except he actually has climbing animations. Now when he reaches this corner, he starts climbing down. Or rather, he slides down. Anyways, you click on him. He shoots snowballs because he's the ice type. You click on his head, and he does a backflip. And you double click on him, he freezes himself in the iceberg, and the iceberg falls apart. Does that mean he's dead? He's dead. I'm saying it. He is dead. Right, anyways. Here is Galak, the blue one, the water type. And just like Tahu wearing the... Again, I forget the name of it. The water-breathing mask. There really is not that much to see here. You click on him, and he just shoots a water stream. Actually, I say that. This may be a gal. Galak the gal. The only reason I bring this up is because the blue Bionicles are usually female. That's just how it's always been. You click on its head. No, I want your head. This is what I want. There we go. You click on his head, or her head, or whatever. It just kind of spins in place for a little bit. And when you double click on him, her, or whatever, he flies off the top of the screen. Next up may be my favorite. Nuvok, come on up, I guess, out of your tunnel. Yep, this is Nuvok, who loves making tunnels. And climbing all over the sides of the screen like Tanak. Yes, you can pick him up, but when you let go, he instantly goes to one side of the screen, digs himself into a tunnel, and comes back out the bottom. When you click on him, well, that's what happens when you click on his head. He literally digs himself a tunnel and comes back out of the bottom of the screen. Welcome back. And when you click on his body, he literally turns into a jackhammer. When you click on his body and he's near one side of the screen, and this is actually kind of neat, you saw it right there, he digs himself a tunnel to the other side of the screen. Again, I think that's actually pretty neat. But when you double click on him, he says, well, I gotta go. Alright, next up we have Parak. Check this animation out. That is either a show of strength, or it just really needs to drop a deuce. If that's even possible. Okay, I think I just planted some very disturbing images in some people's minds right about now. Anyways, Parak, you can pick him up, but he just kind of vibrates himself loose. If you click on Parak, he does that. He looks like he's, well, that's what happens when you click on his head. He just kind of vibrates up in the air. But yeah, let's see that animation he does when you click on his body. That almost looks like he's cheering on his favorite sports team. I wonder if he's a Preds fan or a Pens fan. For those of you following the Stanley Cup playoffs, I know Pixel Kitties is because I swear I can hear her screaming all the way from Pittsburgh sometimes. And I live in Tennessee, so... Actually, I don't. I honestly don't really care about the Stanley Cup playoffs. Now, if the Red Wings were playing, though, that would be kind of a different story. But anyways, I digress. Let's go ahead and double-click on Power Rack and see what he does. Oh, he just digs himself out of the bottom quarter of the screen. Well, last but not least, here we've got Levak. There's surprisingly not that much to see here. Aside from when he reaches one of the corners of the screen, he turns himself into a ball and then does a flip. So yeah, when you click on Levak, he shoots acid on your wallpaper. Yeah, that is not good. You click on his head, and he shoots acid the other direction, towards you. Let's double click on Levak before he does anything else. Oh yeah, he also tries to actively avoid the mouse, but when you double click on him, he shoots acid to the bottom of the screen and digs himself a tunnel. So yeah, that was Desktop Borak. But that is irrelevant, because now it is time for everybody's favorite chronicler, everybody's favorite Avmatoran, everybody's favorite... Takua! I apologize. I could not resist doing that. But anyways, it's time for Desktop Takua, the last of the 3 desktop toys. There he is. Well, his mask anyways, his blue Sicari. This is kind of unlike the other 2 Bionicle desktop toys in that it's just Takua. Well, Tahu was just Tahu, but Tahu had his array of masks. Here, Takua has a Lightstone, a Lava Board, and a Collie Ball. Let's give him his Lightstone. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, in the flesh. It is Takua! Oh, shut up, Joller. Right, anyways, much like the other 2, you can click on him and blind him with his own Lightstone. You can also pick him up. He drops his Lightstone, and when you put him back on solid ground, he's wondering, where is it, where is it, where is it? Oh, here it is. Now, unlike the other 2 desktop toys, you do not double-click on Takua to make him leave. Instead, there's this thing on the top right of the screen. You click on that. Oh yeah, by the way, also note that Takua is almost as big as Tahu. That's kind of screwed up. The Mictoran are normally really, really tiny compared to a Toamata. Actually, I probably should explain what I mean by Mictoran. In 2001, you could find Bionicles and Happy Meals, McDonald's Happy Meals. They were small, only about 7 or 8 pieces if I remember right. And them being available through McDonald's Happy Meals has led to the term Mictoran for the 2001 style Mictoran. Later on, of course, they got the 2003 upgrade. You know, the whole naming day, Maori language controversy, and all that wonderful stuff. But anyways, I digress. In order to make Takua leave, you click on this thing on the top right, which makes his Lightstone go dark, makes him bump into a wall, and then bam, you're back to the main menu. Alright, let's give him his lava board. Oh yeah, did I mention Takua has some mad lava surfing skills? Look at him go! Look at him go! Alright, let's click on him. Yep, he literally flies all over the screen. Alright, so let's get him out of here again. Oh gosh, his board somehow comes alive, kicks him off, and now he's having to literally jump on lava. in order to get off the screen. Well, it's time for me to show you the last little bit here. Takua with his Collie Ball, which around the time this was made, Collie was just, well, Bionicle Soccer before it turned into Bionicle Lacrosse. And you click on him, and he does some mad Collie tricks. Ooh, I bet that hurts. You know, this is actually kind of sad. If only because I wish Takua had some of his pals to play Collie with, like Huki, Maku, who else? Holly, his best friend Jowler. Oh, the list goes on. So let's see what happens when you make him leave here. You click on the thing. He kicks the ball off screen, runs after it, but then he breaks the fourth wall. Oh my gosh, Takua has found out the secrets of Pinkie Pie. Okay, let's see how many hate mails I get for that comment. But anyways, that has been a look at the Bionicle desktop toys. I hope you enjoyed watching this. So yeah, I'll wrap this up now. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.